To write polynomials in descending order, let's say you have the polynomial 2x to the third plus x minus 3x squared plus 4. Descending order is they want the highest power first. So you would have 2x to the third first, because the power of x is 3. Next you would have a minus 3x squared because that power is 2. And then a positive x because that power is 1, and then a plus 4. So that's what it would look like in descending order. So let's say you had another one. You have a minus m to the third power plus 5m squared plus 3m to the fourth, and then plus 10. So clearly the highest power is 4, so that will go first. So you have 3m to the fourth. Then next would be a minus m to the third, and then a positive 5m squared, and then the positive 10. Let's say you want to list the coefficients of each term of the polynomial. So let's say, for example, looking at this polynomial, the coefficients of the 2x to the third power is 2. The coefficient of x is 1, because that's the number attached to it. The coefficient of negative 3x squared would be negative 3, and then the constant will just be 4. So let's look at this one. If you want to list just the coefficients of the first term would be a negative 1, because that's the number connected to it. Second term would be 5. Third term would be 3, and then last you would have 10. If you had a fraction, let's say you had m over 4, then its coefficient would be 1 over 4, because that's the number that's attached to m. To tell whether a polynomial is a monomial, binomial, or trinomial depends on how many terms is in the polynomial. So let's say you just have 25. Well, this would be considered a monomial, because mono means one term. So let's say you had 25 or 2x plus 25. Well, clearly you have two terms here, 2x and then you have 25. So 2 is the root bi, so this would be a binomial. And let's say you add another one, so you have 2x squared plus 25 plus p. Doesn't matter what it is, it's 3 terms here, so therefore you have a trinomial. And anything past that, so if I was to have x to the fourth plus 5x minus 6 plus t, everything after trinomial, you just call it a polynomial. So this is not a particular one, it's just a polynomial, which all of them are polynomials, but the first one is monomial, binomial, trinomial, and everything after that you would just call it polynomial because it doesn't have a name. So let's say we want to combine polynomials. Let's say we have two polynomials. The first one, 5x squared plus 7x minus 4, and we want to combine it with the polynomial 3x squared minus 6x plus 2. Well, if you have a plus sign in between two polynomials and a plus sign on the left of both, then you can get rid of the parentheses, because that would imply it's a positive 1 on the outside, which doesn't change any of the signs on the inside. So you add like terms, so you have a 5x squared and a 3x squared. That will give you 8x squared. Then you have a 7x and a negative 6x, which will give you a positive 1x, or 1. Then you have a negative 4 and a positive 2, so that will give you minus 2. So that will give you the result 8x squared plus x minus 2. And it is in descending format. Okay, let's say you have the polynomial 2a squared plus 3a minus 1. And you're subtracting that from 4a squared plus 5a plus 6. Well, first you have to take care of the negative on the outside. This negative will bunny hop through the inside and change all the signs. Over here you have nothing, which implies a positive, so you can drop these and it will become 2a squared plus 3a minus 1. On the other side, perhaps, the negative will change all the signs, so it will become minus 4a squared minus 5a minus 6 because they were all positive, so they turn all negative. And then you add the like terms. So you got 2a squared minus 4a squared, which gives you a minus 2a squared. And then you have a 3a minus 5a, which will give you a minus 2a. And then a negative 1 and a negative 6, which will give you a negative 7. So the result is negative 2a squared minus